Hey there, Hard Caucus listeners. I have a brief update to yesterday's episode 188. You may recall that there was discussion about an email sent to Temple Hyatt, who has endorsed our friend Oliver Weilein for city council. I said on yesterday's episode I was in the process of getting a copy of that email because it was CC'd to elected officials here in Johnson County, the sheriff and the county attorney. And so it's subject to public records law, open records, FOIA type stuff. So today I received a copy of that email through my open records requests. And I'm sorry if you just listened to the episode, you don't need me to reiterate this context, but when I asked Temple Hyatt about it, she said to me, she spoke out on her personal Facebook page about this email she received because she felt complicit in remaining silent, and she was concerned that others may have received similar attempts at intimidation by this rogue individual. Rogue individual being Maka Pilcher. More of Temple's words here. What was extremely upsetting to me was the implication that if I did not rescind my endorsement of Oliver Weilein, the elected officials who are responsible for our public safety would not work with me or the nonpartisan organization, that would be Moms Demand Action, that I volunteer with. Now, look, Maka Pilcher, she is a lawyer in Iowa City with the Hayek, Moreland, and Smith law firm. Mary Kate Pilcher Hayek would be her full name. Maka is a shortened version of Mary Kate. She is married to Matt Hayek. Matt Hayek used to be the mayor of Iowa City. So these are, fairly influential, connected, powerful people here in the Iowa City community, especially with liberals and Democrats. Now, let me play this segment of Ross Nusser's KRUI interview once more, just to really drive home that she is closely involved with Ross Nusser's campaign. They are close friends. She has helped him out a lot. I'll let him say it.
And then, would you also care to comment on your campaign manager provocating Oliver Weilein's endorsers?
I don't know. Who's my campaign manager that you're referring to, and what provocation are you referring to?
Let me find a name.
My campaign manager is my brother and my wife, so it's one of those two that you'd be referring to.
Oh, all right. Well, we had a report that there was an alleged campaign manager reaching out to people who had endorsed Oliver and provocating them. Maka Pilcher?
Oh, Maka.
Maka?
Who is not my campaign manager. See, this is like the fifth piece of information that we've discussed in this short period of time that's obviously false and based off of false pretense. I know Maka well. She has been helpful to me. She has been helpful to our campaign. She's not my campaign manager, and I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to.
We just have received a tip that Maka has been emailing multiple people who have endorsed Oliver, asking that they rescind their endorsement, and also CC'd the county attorney and the sheriff on those emails.
That's interesting. These tips are so fantastical. It's amazing to me how much and how blown up this is getting and being made. And, so I don't know what to say because I've never heard of that before.
Fantastical. That's the word that really jumps out at me. The tip that Maka Pilcher was emailing Oliver Weilein's endorsers and, asking that they rescind their endorsements. That was a fantastical tip, according to Ross. He had not heard anything about this. Well, okay, here I have this email right in front of me. You can read this yourself at rockhardcock.us/maka.pdf. I have it up available on the website. Anyone can read this. And thank you to the county for providing this to me today. I know that, not stonewalling me, I guess, is what I'm thanking you for. Okay, this was sent from Maka Pilcher to Temple Hyatt. Among the carbon copied individuals were Carrie Everhart, Tricia Zabrowski, Rachel Zimmerman Smith, who is the county attorney, and Brad Kunkel, the county sheriff. When I received this, I was told that Brad's personal email address was what's redacted here, the second redaction. First redaction was Carrie Everhart's personal email address. All right. Now, Maka writes to Temple. Temple, I attended the Moms Demand Action meeting last night. I have marched for Moms Demand Action and passed their proposed resolutions as an Iowa City Community School District School Board member. I work with families in the Latino community that experience gun violence trauma on a daily basis. I participated in Jess Lang's violence intervention reading group about bleeding out. I continue to foster collaboration between the school district, the Latino community, law enforcement, and the violence intervention program. My point is, I am 100% committed to this cause. If you haven't seen the extent of Oliver Wyline's social media posts, they are easily accessible to millions of people, including children. As he said last evening, he decided not to remove them. Perhaps, you know what, I should tell you, the date on this email is February 11th. Okay, the day after the Moms Demand Action forum. Perhaps you haven't seen his posts, and then there is a hyperlink that is not clickable because this is like a printed out copy of this email, but I assume it is a documentation of some of Oliver Wyline's social media posts. I attended the League of Women's Voters forum where he fibbed about these posts, claiming there was one from 10 years ago. He reiterated his fibs last evening at the Moms Demand Action meeting. No one had to extensively search for the posts about his AR-15 or the glorification of burning police cars and other forms of violence. They are everywhere. After yesterday's meeting, it became even clearer to me that Wyline has no business sitting on city council. I believe, she did spell his name wrong. Wait, she's spelling his name wrong the whole time? She spells it wrong a couple times, correct at the end. All right. So she's done her research. That's what I'm saying. It became even clearer to me that Wyline has no business sitting on city council. So you can imagine your endorsement of him was a gut punch. I could tell during the meeting you were leaning toward your endorsement, e.g., making sure Ross said he was a gun owner without distinguishing gun ownership from AR-15 ownership, reiterating Oliver's comments about the vulnerability of the trans community, as if that justifies owning an assault rifle. But I thought it unfathomable that someone who cares about the impact of gun violence could endorse a person who has a pattern of using social media to brandish his AR-15 and glorify violence. Your endorsement of Oliver Wyline has compromised the integrity of Moms Demand Action. I hope you rescind it. I copy Moms Demand Action members Sheriff Brad Kunkel and Johnson County Attorney Rachel Zimmerman Smith on this email. Sincerely, Maka Pilcher Hayek. So, ask yourselves the question: what's the purpose of this email? What is Temple Hyatt supposed to think when she receives an email from a wealthy lawyer married to a former mayor who has copied the sheriff and the county attorney on the email? What is the intended message to Temple Hyatt? I don't know. Maybe we can ask Ross. Maybe I'll send this PDF over to Ross and ask him what he thinks. I'll let you know if I hear back, okay? And feel free to do the same. I think that, she's acting on his behalf in sending this email, and so he was asked live on air the other night about it and deflected, acted like he had no idea this was happening. So maybe just, if he reads it, sees what's going on, maybe he'll have something else to say. All right. Well, that's the update for you all. Thank you. See ya. Again, rockhardcock.us/maka.pdf. That's MAKA, maka.pdf, if you want to check it out for yourself.
What?